for the Knowsley Assessment and Home Treatment team.
My name is Victor. I work for the Knowsley Assessment and Home Treatment team. Okay, so we are a specialized service, mental health service. We receive referrals from different places. GP is the main source of our referrals. Also, service users, patients, they can also self-refer to our service. And what we'll provide is we'll provide an assessment, and then from there we'll kind of signpost people, to go into different places. It could be primary service, which is IAPT, to secondary services, and that's what we do. Yeah, they'll just pick up the phone, and our number is on the internet as well. So they can just pick up the phone, ask to speak to one of the mental health nurses, and the ball rolls from there, and that will kind of lead on to having an assessment, and that will also lead into being signposted either to primary care to see one of our doctors, and take it from there really, or secondary services, which is the recovery team as well. That's where we sign for some people if they've got an injury and mental illness. We also work with alcohol services. We work with drug and alcohol services. We work with police, and we link into other services.
When someone comes through either through the GP or self-referral, they'll be given a date and time that's suitable for them to come in to us. If there's a problem and they couldn't make it in to our appointment, we do home visits as well. The first assessment's usually about an hour long. We'll basically just talk about the history, the life, what they're struggling with, what they feel they need help with, what's the GP not able to manage. Is there anything that we can help with, like social care, maternity services, drug and alcohol services? And then from that we'll follow them up a few weeks later to see if the things we've put in place are working, to see if it's made a difference, to see if there is anything else that needs changing. Sometimes you're given an STR worker, which is myself or Janet Ollie in the team, and we'll do more intense work, whether it's anxiety management, exposure work, again helping you to link in with different centres that offer, whether it's carers meetings, whether it's physical health, if you need help with wound care or going to Willowbrook Hospice, all these kind of things, we'll help you to link in with them.
So we work with people with personality disorders. We have bipolar, affective disorders, schizophrenia, any form of psychosis. It could be, even women who give birth as well, or who are pregnant, postpartum psychosis, that kind of stuff. We have that depression, anxiety, agoraphobia. You can go to PTSD. We do see quite a range of mental health illnesses.
Sometimes following an initial assessment, if we feel like you need a more in-depth assessment, a doctor could do a diagnosis and look at a diagnosis, if the symptoms are that severe and we feel like you need to go that far with it. So that can also follow on from assessment too.
I think when people have been seen as well, if your mental illness is worse than being discharged back into your GP, we can provide some support within the home treatment team service. So that's when we kind of monitor you intensely, and that also try to stop you from going into hospital, because sometimes it's not, going into hospital is not always the answer. So we can provide that before you actually go into hospital. And sometimes if we feel like you need to go into hospital, then that's when you go into hospital. But it's something that we work together with service users, not just ourselves.
I mean, the service runs for 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So when we are providing the intense treatment, we can do home visits to you in the morning and an afternoon, 3 times a day. We could do them on a Sunday before Sunday dinner and things like that. So we do try our best to try and keep you in your home environments, try and keep you with your family, because obviously that's where people feel the happiest, when they're at home and they're around the family. It's easiest, you know, to overcome these problems then.
So I think the journey is from when you get an initial assessment with the nurse, you know, and how severe your mental health is, or your mental illness is. So from there, you know, you get prescribed medication. We monitor you until you start feeling, you know, better, you know, back to yourself. And that leads us to discharging you back into your GP, you know, services. It's not always that, you know, we keep people in mental health services forever. And people do come into mental health services and actually feel better about themselves when they've come out of it. And, you know, that's the recovery process really. And people always have lived a better and normal life. It's not something that, you know, people should be ashamed of. You know, to pick up the phone and call us and, you know, have a chat. It doesn't matter, you know, even if you are not 100% you know, sure whether this is the right service for you. We always signpost people anyway. Yeah, recovery is always the emphasis. Yeah. So when somebody's not, you know, when they recognize that they're not themselves, they'll come to us. You know, we will have a chat. And from there, you know, we'll make sure that they get the best care that they deserve. And following that, you know, they'll, of course, you know, with medication and psychological therapies or anything that we, you know, will put in place for them, they'll feel better in themselves and be able to live a better and happier life again.
So some of the other organisations that I've been working with recently is Knowsley Opening Door Service. It's for anyone over the age of 55 that has lost a partner, has found themselves living alone, and the mental health might be a bit low because they feel lonely. They just need someone there, someone to talk to, and that's a free service. It's charity run. They can just do daily phone calls, or they'll pop in and visit you. They also run community groups, so they can pick you up once a week and get you to meet other people in your area that are going through the same things. There's also listening here.
What I would say to them is that there's nothing to be ashamed of, you know, if you're not feeling yourself. So the best thing is, you know, to pick up the phone and give us a ring, and then we'll talk about, you know, steps to try and make sure that you feel back to yourself again. So following an initial assessment, that's what we'll do is mainly to signpost people to different organizations, services that they will receive the care that they need. So it could be from, you know, primary care, you know, to our secondary services, which is the recovery team. You know, we can also work with IAPT, the therapy services. We also work very closely with social services. Social services is basically to help people who are, you know, who need either somewhere to live, or you know, who are having some trouble where they are. Or we work with some people as well, you know, who've been through quite a lot of violence, domestic abuse, that kind of stuff. We kind of cover a range of, we signpost people to a range of services across mental health services.
I would just say if you're not feeling 100%, it's a phone call. You know, whether we say, oh, you don't need this service, but you need the other. It's a phone call, and a phone call to make your life better. It's not much, you know, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's someone here, and we'll always help and we'll always advise the best we can.